Mk677. Now is that something that's a little different than a peptide, right? Can you take the TRT with the Hercules potion? I'm assuming so. Sure. Smith machines are great. Johnny, you got a Smith machine off to your right now. What does IGF-1 do for recovery?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back to the questions, Jeffrey. We got some.
A bunch of people on IG are asking, how old do you have to be to get in touch with Titan Medical?
What is the age for a call to Titan Medical?
Usually 21. So if you're 21 years old, you can call Titan Medical Center. We'll help you out. 21 and up.
And let's keep going on that. For you guys at home, again, the number's right there. If you are using peptides and you did not hear about this earlier, go for it.
What do you think about incline Smith?
Smith machines are great. Johnny, you got a Smith machine off to your right now. It's kind of a cool Smith machine too, because it kind of moves back and forth and up and down.
Is that correct? So it moves motion for the joints. So a lot of people, regular Smith machine just goes up and down. This will rotate and do whatever you want. So, you're moving your shoulders, you're going up, and it's not putting you in an isolated position. Some people have injuries in their shoulders and stuff like that, where this is really beneficial. And that's why I got it, because it's super beneficial. You can move it all the way around. I mean, there's not much you can't do with it, which is really, really nice. I do think Smith machines do have a place. And especially if you don't have somebody there that's you're like a partner, like if you're trying to do some more heavier weight and you're worried about that bar falling on you, it's a great thing to have a Smith machine, because you can actually put the metal piece on the side where it's not going to come down and crash it on you, or you can lock it in real quick and hopefully be a lot safer in your lifting. I think they're great. If you can get them, that's awesome. If not, you don't need it. It's not a necessity, but really good.
Yeah, it seems like they always ask about Smith machine like it's not a beneficial movement, but I think everything in the gym is beneficial. Using a Smith machine,
it all has places.
You just named like 5 different things why it's beneficial. Go for it.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
My doctor prescribed me Mk677 and CJC1295 for healing and repair. I'm a 55-year-old male. Are there any other better recommendations? Thank you.
Well, my recommendation is that's great that your doctor recommended that, and that's helped. Johnny, go for it. I think
so get as much BPC157, CJC1295, and TB500 as much as you possibly can. The other thing that I would possibly add in there, if you want to do something to really help healing or a recovery better, is going to be IGF-1, which I haven't heard about IGF-1 being on the ban list yet. So we'll see. That was one that's went away, came back. So it's not official, though. I haven't seen it on Schedule 2 or Schedule 3 yet. So we'll see about that. But what I'd recommend is getting a hold of those peptides, BBC157, TB500, CJC1295, and IGF-1. And I think you'd be good to go.
What does IGF-1 do for recovery?
Did you hear that? Jeff was asking, what does IGF-1 do for recovery?
Sure. So IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1, LR3 too, by the way, because there's 2 different ones. There's IGF-1, there's IGF-1 LR3. The difference between the 2 is IGF-1 stays in your body a very short time period. IGF-1 LR3 is extended as far as the half-life and your body working for longer. What IGF-1 does is when we go back to growth hormone, everybody talks about growth hormone for anti-aging, leaning out, gaining the muscle tissue, and so on as far as benefits. But the benefits come from when growth hormone is converted in the liver to IGF-1. And when it's converted to IGF-1, this is what the true benefits come from. IGF-1 therapy is going to be great for hair, skin, nails, skin elasticity, libido effect, every anti-aging thing you could possibly think of. That's really IGF-1 comes into play. So, when you take IGF-1, it could help in a number of different ways, from leaning out to building more lean tissue too as well, boosting immune function, and so on and so on. So that's what IGF-1 does. IGF-1 is, in layman's terms, when you're on growth hormone, you start at the beginning of the race and you have to run through the race, and then you get to the finish line. Where IGF-1 is like, hey, listen, I started at the finish line, I started at the beginning, I go directly to the finish line like that, and everything in the middle, I just skip. So that's kind of the big benefit to it. And IGF-1 you can stay on for like 60 to 90 days, and then you want to get off it for a little bit because you'll desensitize to it, but it will help and it won't shut down natural production too as well. So that's another thing. If you possibly go on growth hormone for long standing periods of time, you can do that.
And from what you were saying, now, if I'm correct, are both those IGF-1s not on the banned list?
So, yeah, so the only one they're producing, the pharmacy's producing IGF-1 LR3 right now, that is not on the ban list currently, and that could change.
Right, yeah.
Right now,
the way they did this.
Right now patients are able to get it, and I'd recommend it for sure. I take it, so beneficial.
Would this be something that you could use along with the Hercules potion prior to training and possibly later in the day? Would that be a great mix of getting a better workout in?
You want to talk about a pump? You combine those two together, man. You're going to get a serious pump. You can spot inject IGF-1 too as well, or you can take it subcutaneously in the stomach.
Does that mean like if I'm doing arms, I can do right into the bicep in that sense?
Right in the bicep. I would recommend that. I'd recommend doing that. And then if you did it at night before bed, that's another good one. If you really want to optimize IGF-1, take it in the morning, 15 minutes before you eat anything, directly in the morning, empty stomach. 2, take it before your workout, and 3, right before bedtime. If you could do that, and you can, you can split the dosages between that, where you can get a good dose on all 3, then you're gonna have a great workout. You're gonna have magnificent pumps that you've never had before, for sure, 100% on that. That really gets you going. That's something we do right before going to the Expo.
Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer then. It's like one of those things that you guys would get on the phone right now and give a call over there. Just go, hey, let's rock and roll with the IGF-1 and the Hercules potion and try that out. And again, you were saying it's recommended for you, or your belief is stay on it for like 2 months and then get off. Yeah.
I would get off it I would go on 60 days, 90 days tops. And then at that point, give yourself at least a month. 2 weeks, they say, desensitize. I'd like to say about a month. And at that point, we'll figure out something you're going to go on. Because usually what we would do is like if somebody's on IGF-1 and they want to continue on with something to help, then they'd usually go on CJC 1295 with ipamorelin in that next 30 days and then go back onto the growth, or as far as IGF-1, the therapy. But at that point, we can go, I'm going to look into Semerelin again. So at least they have some sort of option. That's the original GHRH compound, so growth hormone releasing hormone peptide compound. It's the original one out there. But it will work, it just doesn't have extended half-life like CJC had. So we'll have to put that with something different, maybe glycine or something like that to really help patients, give them a big benefit.
Go for it.
I was going to say, what about Mk677? How does that play into all this?
Mk677. Now is that something? It's a little different than a peptide, right?
Yes.
Go for it.
Peptide. It's on Schedule 2. It is a peptide. Originally on the internet.
Is that on the list as well? That is on
Ibutamoren. Yeah, it's Ibutamoren. Yeah, so you're lucky. So at that point, Ibutamoren or Mk677 originally was classified by people on the internet as a SARM. That was wrong. It is a peptide therapy. It's a GHRH peptide. It's the only oral GHRH peptide that works. And that one is on Schedule 2 ban list too as well. So I'd get it while you can. That I definitely get if you
Okay. Okay, so that's another one that's on that list again. And is there a place where they could go see this banned list? I imagine it's on the FDA.
Sure. If you just want to search up FDA banned peptides, it'll take you right to the FDA Gov, and it'll have all schedules so you can look at and read for yourself which ones are on there, which ones are currently looking at, and which ones are totally completely banned. So, like I said, that list I looked at, I was like, oh, man, this is just crazy that every single one on there, right? And not just a couple, but every single one. And then at that point, the reasoning of why it's on there is the exact same for every single peptide. I just don't understand that at all. I mean, it just didn't say safety concern. It literally said like immunosuppressant on every single one. And I'm just like, I've been taking peptides for over 8-9 years. My immune system is stronger now than it's ever been. And I take a multitude of different therapies. And peptides, I think I take like at least 5 to 6 a day. So, I'm talking right now, BPC 157, TB 500. I don't know how I'm going to get by with my shoulders because I literally use that almost every day. At that point, I take in GHKCU. I've been taking that. Thymol for the immune system. I've been taking that. IGF-1. I've been taking that. I mean, so there's a good amount of different things I've been taking as far as that goes. And then I was going to introduce new peptides to people. Seemike, C-Link, Dihexa. So Seemike, right there, I mean, that one is awesome as far as sleep, mental cognitive function. C-Link, same thing, nootropic. I mean, some of these different things out there would definitely help people in a lot of different ways, not just physically, but mentally too as well. So it just sucks that they're going to try to do all this stuff.
Someone asked here, can you take the TRT with the Hercules potion? I'm assuming so.
Sure. Yeah. So Hercules potion can take with any therapy that we have. Titan Complete the same way and all those. Usually with TRT, like you can take pretty much any therapy as long as that we have on TRT. Contradictions, maybe medical history on ECAs if you've had heart problems or stuff like that. That's where those go into play. But majority of the therapies you can stack together and be able to utilize together to accomplish different things or improve on areas that you want to improve on.
Wow. This is, again, I think jumping back just for a second, it's interesting that we haven't heard a lot about this, except the only person I've heard this from is from Titan Medical and the clinic itself sending me a message. And so it's interesting for everybody out there that is working or thinking about peptides. Again, I would get a hold of Titan Medical and talk to them further than just what you're seeing here today. What kind of questions you got for us, Jeffrey?
A lot of people are also curious about diet. They love watching you every day, and they love if you guys talk a little bit about your diet, carbs, keto, or whatnot.
Johnny, go for it. I know that your diet is really clean right now, especially because you're about 4 weeks away from the Olympia making the appearance. The Titan Medical will be there. They have a booth and the great team there. Go for it. How are you coming into this, and what's your diet right?
Okay, diet. So right now, I'm kind of like on a carnivore diet, low carb diet as far as that goes. Right now, obviously I eat steak, in the morning and night. That's my meals. I eat 24 ounces of steak in the morning by itself, no carbs, and then 24 ounces at night, and I'll add a little bit of rice, maybe quarter of a cup right now, just real low. And in the middle of the day, which my lunch, I've been eating a new place down here. People, you can't find something that's healthy out. So I've been eating at this place called Protein House, which they have a million locations across the country.
Yes, they do.
And, the owner, is the owner of a franchise here. It's right down the street that just opened up for us in Titan. And, I just get the regular chicken and rice. And I get 2 of those big bowls, and I'm eating those. So I'm eating probably about 8 ounces to 10 ounces of chicken, maybe a little bit more here or there. And then probably about another cup, maybe a cup and a half of rice at lunchtime. So I'm trying to carb up a little bit more before my workouts in the afternoon. And then at night, just go home and try to keep it clean as possible. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I mean, here or there, like I said, I might have a cinnamon roll in between. But, I'm not cheating like crazy. I never have, and I never usually do. So, those are more of like a treat for me, like on a Saturday or Sunday. I've done good all week. All right, cool. I get my one cinnamon roll. I'm good to go.
Yeah, my diet sounds pretty much similar to yours. Getting ready for the next movie, so I'm slicing and dicing. I'm in that phase, and I'm also going to be at the Olympia at the booth at Titan Medical. Both me and Mona will be there, so I'm hoping if anybody is in Florida coming to the Olympia, please swing by, say hello, chat. We'll be there just answering questions, taking photos, acting silly, trying to teach some, pick up some dance moves from Johnny. That's the
it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to have 3 different locations at Olympia this year. We'll have our main booth.
3 different
20 by 20.
Go.
Yeah, so we got a 20 by 20 booth, which will be the main booth, right? And then we have another location, a 10 by 20 booth in the Olympia Pavilion, which will have the Lamborghini Aventador and a bikini tight model there, taking pictures with people, sign them up. And then we have a 10 by 10 in the Anti-Aging Pavilion, which will be having, I think, like a 30 or 40 minute talk with people that are there on stage. So it's going to be really good, be interesting, be able to talk about Titan Medical Center, how we can benefit people, some of the different things that people should be watching out for, how they get healthy. So I'd love to have you there too as well with us on that. And I think that'll be it. So we're going to have a lot of Titans there in 3 different locations. So we're going to be Titan takeover, baby, all the way through and through.